Hello, Hector Gimar. Where are we?
We are at Paris Metro right now. In a little while, we are going to get off from the Paris Metropolitan Entranceway, which is the most famous metro station that was made by myself.
Why is it the most famous metro station, Mr. Gimar?
Because it is one of the best applied Art Nouveau examples.
What is Art Nouveau?
It's a new approach to art that started in the 1880s, when inspired by nature and tried to apply its form in our designs. We abstracted nature, used curvilinear and organic shapes. Art Nouveau affected sculpture, furniture, jewelry, painting, and glass arts.
Okay, Mr. Gimar, but why it is important?
My son, it was the time of the Industrial Revolution. We used features of the technology, applied new techniques on cast iron and glass. Also, we are against architecture and decorative view of the 19th century. That is eclecticism and historicism.
Who is he?
He is my cool friend Antonio from Spain. Sagrada Familia is one of the most important works. Now you are looking past the facade of it. Columns are diagonal and look like the trunk of trees.
It looks like it's stretched.
Yeah, it is. It is quite organic. Here we go. Look at that lampposts. They are like plants that are blossoming.
Oh, they are like real growth plants. Organic in motion. They are greenish. Are they bronze?
No, it is cast iron that manufactured and then painted. You can see the organic even in the typeface. It produced in a modular system in order to make many.
It is modern and organic and made for all people that use the metro. I am now a fan of Art Nouveau. Thank you, Hector Gimar.
You are welcome, my son.
Hi, Otto Wagner. Who are they?
Hi, they are my friends Joseph Hoffman and Joseph Maria Olbrich from Viennese School.
What is Viennese School, Mr. Wagner?
Viennese School, or to be correct more, Vienna Secession, is an important art movement that affected painters, sculptors, and architects. It is related to Art Nouveau and formed in 1897. The most important architectural work is the Secession Building. It served to many artists and as an exposition place.
Why Viennese School is important?
Well, we are against old school design conception and historicism. What we produced are new and they have modern aesthetics. As forms, we followed axes, symmetries, and geometry. We controlled modern materials and surfaces by geometrical control.
Where are we, Mr. Wagner?
We are at Karlsplatz Stadtbahn station. I designed with the steel framework and marble in 1899. Symmetry and geometry are quite understandable from the facades. Golden sunflower motifs refer to tradition.
I am seeing a chair. Why there is a chair, Otto Wagner?
Oh, I designed furniture too, like my other friends. I tried to make them functional and elegant. I used both traditional and new elements, like aluminium and wood. This chair made for Postal Savings Bank in 1905.
Oh, I want to sit on a history.
Sure.
Hi, Le Corbusier, or Charles d'Or Jeanne Grace. How should I call you?
Hi, call me just Corby, my mate.
I know you are an important architect and city planner, but why you are such a famous?
Thank you, my mate. Well, my designs and ideas about functionalism and expressionism affected many people. I built and wrote many books, which are about how architecture should be. I give importance to mathematical harmony, simple use of materials, and purity of geometry. I created Modular. It's a new measurement system that depends on the human body. Modular represented with a man that raised his hand. Proportion is important both for humans and for design. I studied using rough cast concrete. It gives lots of chance to create a plastic aesthetics.
What is that building, Corbu? It looks like an unfinished building.
It is domino house. It can look like you said, but it demonstrates my ideas about a building. It made by just reinforced concrete, simple columns, slabs, and service elements. They are repeating in a rhythm. It has not any extra ornaments. The building itself is an expression. It is pure and simple.
Wow, now I can understand it better. Hey, I know that building. It is Villa Savoy. How you design it?
Well, let's have a tour while I am telling my ideas. As you saw, it had domino house. Simple columns instead of load-bearing walls carry the building. They are at the grid system. I make a free ground plan first. After then, I added partition walls how I want. Facades are free to design. I used horizontal windows that cut the facade entirely, so the sun can come inside equally. Garden roof is important for people that are living in the house and for protecting the roof.
What a sophisticated house. This is the place that I want to live until I die. I like the furniture too. Did you buy them from IKEA?
You are a funny boy. They designed by myself. A house is a machine for living in, and that house needs functional equipment. I mean furniture. They designed with harmony, proportion, and simplicity.
Hi, Miss Van der Rohe. I heard you are a pioneer of modernism. Why do people call you like that?
Hello. Well, my designs and ideas make people call me like that. I give importance to transparency and the free plan organization. How I made the connection between past and now. How I use the material and my idea of less is more could be leading it.
I see. I saw this building before, I guess. It would be pretty famous. Why it is famous?
It is Farnsworth House that ordered by a beautiful client. 8 steel columns that worked in the grid. Steel framed concrete roof at the top. The membrane of glass for exterior walls. And the concrete slab covered with travertine. Just it. The building is in nature, by transparency. You can directly feel the nature from inside of the building. It's a cubic single volume that includes a free plan. It's a modern house.
Wow, great. Where are we now?
We are at Barcelona Pavilion right now. I designed its simple horizontal and vertical surfaces in 1929. As you can see the fluidity in the free plan. There is a public and private fluidity.
I think I understand why you are called modern.
Let's look inside. Besides steel and glass, I used natural stones. You can see marble, travertine, and red onyx.
What an extravagant material usage. Great. Chairs look great too.
Oh, they are Barcelona chair and stool. I designed it with lovely Lily Ray. We inspired by Egyptian folding stools. Steel and bovine leather are materials of it.
It looks ergonomic and elegant. Hi, Burnout. What is that?
The structure that has prismatic domain in glass pavilion. I built it for Cologne Industrial Workbund exhibition in 1914.
It looks so inspiring. Is it only made of glass?
I used concrete and glass, and yes, I tried to evoke emotions. I reference to complex geometry of nature with glasses. It's my little temple of beauty. That luminous place gets both sun and moonlight. With colors, reflections, and light beams, you can feel something that you haven't felt before.
Impressive. Is that kind of architecture have a name?
It's called expressionist architecture. We design to express our feelings and provoke emotions. To make them, we use lighting, cave, mountain phenomena, and crystal of rock forms. Materials such as concrete, steel, and glass give us great control to express our feelings. Rhythm and dynamism are key for designs. Limits of solid was removed by the artisanship of expressionist architecture.
I see. What is that building?
It is the Einstein Tower, built by architect friend Eric Mendelson in 1921. It's an astrophysical observatory building. The exterior conceived in concrete to make it plastic looking. This dynamic form created for observing Einstein's theorem of relativity.
That organic shape and curvilinear really inspired me. Thank you, Burnout, to inform me about expressionist architecture. Hello, Theo van Duisburg. What is Cubism?
Hello, Cubism is an art movement that appeared in the 1910s. It was on painting and sculpture first. Then it affected architecture, music, and literature. Cubism is simplified, showing objects from different angles and showing from different views at the same time. They work in three dimensions. They can be composed of both observation and memory. Simple geometric volumes such as cube, sphere, and cylinder used in Cubism.
Okay, do not judge me, but I find Cubism ugly. Why Cubism is pretty ugly?
Well, we find curvilinear and organic shapes beautiful, but Cubism includes straight lines. Also, our eyes get used to perspective. When we look at something not perspective, we could feel uncomfortable. Cubism is the basic minimum and abstraction. There are straight lines that are horizontal and vertical. It is racial and disciplined. I painted, made designs, and wrote poems in Cubism. With Fiat Mondrian, I founded the style that is derived from Cubism in 1917.
What do you think about architecture and Cubism, Theo van Duisburg?
I think architecture is a union of life and art. In my designs, I use interlocking prismatic volumes, creating space by separating them with rectangular planes. In my opinion, there isn't any space that is individual. The design should be in absolute harmony and universal.
What is that building?
It is Schroeder House, built by my friend Gerrit Rietveld in 1924. It shows characteristic of Cubism, but mostly referred to the style. As you can see from the facades, rectangular planes interlocked with them and created space. Columns are straight elements in the composition, and they are structural elements at the same time. There is a decided color scheme. Inside that building is quite flexible and fluid. There are portable partition walls inside.
Oh, I see. Look at the chair. How cute it is.
It's called the red and blue chair. Rietveld designed it. You can easily understand it's a chair from Cubism and steel. But I wouldn't prefer to sit on it unless I want to have a backache.
Hi. What is that?
It's the model of Monument to Third International that made by Vladimir Tatlin in 1920. Steel, iron and glass planned to be used in the Monument of Modernity. If it were built, it would be taller than the Eiffel Tower.
Who is Vladimir Tatlin?
Vladimir Tatlin is called the father of Russian constructivism. He influenced by Cubism and Futurism. He mostly worked with steel and glass. He focused on technology and machine in his designs.
What is the Russian constructivism?
It's a movement created by Russian avant-garde in the 1910s. Contrary to Cubism and Futurism, Russian constructivism didn't give importance to traditional artistic concerns and the composition. The only important thing was the construction. Industrial beauty is important. Experimental geometry applied. According to Russian constructivism, the form could be dictated by the material.
Oh, I see. I learned you are a Lisitsky. Who are you?
I am a Lissitzky, the Russian artist and architect. They say I influenced the Bauhaus and Russian constructivism. I experimented visual languages with special elements, geometric forms, and 2D shapes. I created an abstract and geometric painting series called Pro-On. They are mostly in axonometric projection. Forms look like floating in the space. Spatial ambiguity is a common feature of them.
Inspiring. It was my pleasure to meet you, Lisitsky. See you later.
Thanks. See you.
Hi, Le Corbusier. It's me again. Where are we?
Hi. We are at Ritual Pavilion in Kroller-Müller Museum. The last meeting of CIAM held there.
What is CIAM?
Congrès International d'Architecture Moderne, or International Congress of Modern Architecture, is an organization made by architects between 1928 and 1959.
Oh, it's a long time. What did you guys do with CIAM thing?
CIAM founded in Switzerland in 1928 by 24 architects that concerned about society and architecture. It was an international communication platform for us. Me and Siegfried Gideon took the lead. We all were concerned about urbanism, but discussed a lot. Because we had different backgrounds. There are Swisses, Germans, Dutch, and Soviet Union delegates. I published the Athens Center in 1933. By the years, new generation architects came. We invited Team 10 that is an architects group in 1954. We last gathered in the Netherlands in 1959.
I don't think you were making just tea parties. Why did you create CIAM? What you were talking about?
CIAM created for making communication between prominent architects of Europe about where modern architecture is going. We saw architecture as a tool to make big changes in society, economy, and politics. Our discussions were about in urban contexts and master plans. Because of the damage World War I and increased industry, societies need space like a living, working, recreation, and circulation. Individuals should have some standards that are equal and democratic. For a healthy society, we need to make healthy individuals. Architecture has to be in charge of an active role in it. There will be minimum dwellings. We try to solve mass housing problems. We try to follow functionalism, standardization,